Hi friends, Jenny at Clover and Violet here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install a lace zipper on vinyl on a project. You could use this lace zipper also on fabric with the same method, but this is a really easy, fun way to dress up any zipper pouch or case that you're making. Let's sew this fancy lace zipper to our vinyl. I have already edged my vinyl with bias tape. This is actually straight of the grain fabric sewn like bias tape, but I've already edged our vinyl piece. You can kind of see that. I've already edged that with the bias tape, and you can watch my other video for instructions on how to sew a regular zipper to this vinyl. But for this lace zipper, it's actually very similar. This zipper has a fancy zipper tape. And so instead of sewing the zipper underneath the bias tape like I normally would, the only difference here is we're going to sew it on top. So I'm just going to take it to my machine, put on my zipper foot, and I want to sew right near the edge. Depending on your lace pattern, you might want to sew closer to the teeth, but I'm going to sew mine kind of near the edge. And then I'm going to sew a second row right through the top of these stars. And I'm just going to sew my zipper right on top of this vinyl piece. All right, let me go sew that. Okay, so now I have one side of my piece sewn to my zipper. You can just see that on the back. It did get a little crooked, and you can see right here that you can kind of see the light peeking through, but this is really just takes practice, and I'll be honest, this is just one of a very few I've ever sewn. And so now I'm just going to take my top piece and repeat that. So here's my top vinyl, and I'm just going to sew again. Now, if your vinyl is wider than the piece that you're going to be attaching it to, you don't have to worry about anything. But if it's not, make sure that you line up these edges so that your zipper is the correct size and it's not like skewed, which I know this seems crazy, but I have done this before, so that's why I'm letting you know. Line it up carefully, and then we're just going to go sew the other side. And I'm using a zipper that's longer than my pouch because I'm just going to cut these metal ends off and slide my zipper down here and then trim. But if you're using a zipper that's the exact same size, just make sure you line it up. This is actually such an easy technique. I've sewn mine down twice, as you can see, but when I come back, I'm going to show you one that I only sewed down once, which gives it a different look, but is another great option, just depending on how you want to customize your pouch. So let's go sew this other side. Okay, now I've sewn both sides of this zipper to my vinyl, and then like I said, we're just going to unzip it part of the way, trim off the excess, not using your fabric scissors. And then we would just go ahead and attach this vinyl to our project bag. If after sewing your zipper, your vinyl is a little larger than your bag, mine is, just based on how deep it was into this and how exactly perfect where my zipper got a little crooked, my vinyl is down a little bit. So just sew around your vinyl and then trim any excess. So I'll take that to the sewing machine and do that now. But I also wanted to show you, here is a zipper, lace zipper, that's sewn onto the top of the binding of this pencil case, and you can see that the zipper, it's just sewn in one place, and so this lace is kind of loose, which is also super cute. This one is tight right here. So that's just two different ways that you can do the same technique to get a slightly different result. So I'm just going to go and sew around the edge of this, and then my zipper will be attached to my pocket, and you can use this style of zipper with a variety of projects. We're just using it on this flat vinyl right now. You could sew it onto fabric. You could sew it onto fabric that's just folded in half, turned right sides out, or I should say sewn right sides together, turned right sides out, and just sew your zipper to the top edge. Really, all you're doing with this technique is sewing your zipper to the top edge and then making sure that this edge of the zipper is finished. So here is one way to use a lace zipper. I hope you enjoy it, and I can't wait to see the zipper bags that you make.